this is Mark with Anatomy of Tone. This video is going to discuss the idea of immersion. Now, I called it, "You are what music you eat." And what I meant by that is that, well, how deeply are you immersing yourself into the music that you're trying to compose or improvise or learn? You have to ask yourself that question because there's a lot that can be gathered not from just when you're practicing. So for me, when I'm trying to learn a genre of music, and let's just say I'm trying to learn the music of Charles Mingus, right? I'm going to listen to a lot of Charles Mingus. So sometimes the listening is very focused where I'm sitting there and I may have my eyes open or closed, but I'm very intently listening to what's happening. I'm trying to see if I can recognize chords, recognize scales, notes, patterns. That's very intently listening. There's going to be other times where I just have it on the background because I just want the subconscious mind to be picking up details. So it's like part of my environment. I'm immersing myself in it. I'm just living that music. There's going to be other times where I get transcriptions of Mingus's music and I'm looking it over, not listening to music, and I'm making notes. Again, I'm trying to notice patterns or analyze chords or chord scales, chord progressions. I'm trying to make note of a lot of these things. Now, there's going to be a step where I'm listening to the music and I'm looking at the transcription at the same time. We really have three different viewpoints of immersing ourselves in music at this point. So number one is just intent listening. Number two is background listening. Number three is intent studying the transcription. And number four is studying the transcription while listening to the recording. This is immersion. I'm trying to listen as much and try to understand the artist or the music from as many different angles as possible. And there are some things that you need to pick up over long periods of time subconsciously, right? It's not going to be obvious to you. I think pocket is one of these things. So it's one thing to read a transcription or write a transcription out yourself and figure out the notes and be able to then translate that to the feel of the song. Feel is not really something that you can quantify on paper, right? There's a lot of unspoken magic in what feel is, and you really just have to play that music and you have to feel and listen to that music a lot to be able to embody those pockets, right? So what I'm suggesting is with the background listening, sometimes you're just taking in some of that information about like the feel, the pocket, right? And when it's non-intentional, and then of course we try to apply that when we're listening. But if you're doing this over a period of time, it could be a single song, it could be an album, it just could be an artist. You're going to start to notice more deeper results in your playing because you've actually been living that. Essentially, it's like, think about living in a culture. I know people that have spent time in Brazil and spent time in Africa where they've just immersed themselves in the culture around masters, where they just live there for a period of time, just study every day. And this has advantages because you are just immersed in that environment. You're eating the same food that they're eating, you're drinking the same water, you're breathing the same air, you're waking up the same hours, right? You're living the life of what it is where that music comes from. And that's what you want to take in as much as you can. Now, it's kind of impossible to do that these days. We can't really do that with Charles Mingus. He's no longer with us. So it makes it difficult to do that unless you are able to go on a retreat or studying in Africa or in Brazil. But you can get some of those results just by embodying the music more from different angles. And this is why I do suggest reading music, because it gives you another tier to be able to analyze and understand music. That's what's important, to be able to have multiple angles that you can grab the information. Imagine it's like, I don't know, there's fruits and vegetables and meat stuff, and they all have different vitamins and minerals and stuff in them. So obviously the idea for a balanced diet is you want to kind of balance out some from each category, right? Well, I mean, the same thing is with studying with music. In this case, we're not studying different artists. We're studying one artist, but what we're doing is we're creating different angles to study that music, to just understand a deeper level of the nuance in the music. So I encourage you to try this next time. Start with just one song. And one thing I like to do is the two most important times to work on this is first thing when you wake up in the morning and the last thing before you go to bed. So if you study music the last thing before you go to bed, your brain is going to just ruminate on it all night. And this is actually good for really trying to get deeper into whatever you're working on. In the morning, it's the freshest, so you haven't been bogged down with a lot of activities from the day, so you're fresh to get that information in. So either just listen to the music before you go to bed when you wake up, or study the score, or apply any of these four. You don't have to do them in series. You can spread them out at different times of the day, which of the four methods you use. But it's important to do all four every day, and at least do one of those when you wake up and go to bed. If you're digging this video, please hit the like, share button, subscribe to my channel, and make a lot more videos on various aspects of composing, improvising, and creating music, and developing technique and sound. I also have a website called anatomyoftone.com. Till next time.